Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan, still discussing al-mu'rab wal mabni. And from the previous episode or the first episode on this topic, link placed above, we discussed what al-mu'rab and al-mabni means. What we said al-mu'rab means declinable words whose ending could change from Fatha to Damma to Kisra and to Sukoon. And al-mabni are words which maintain fixed ending, either they end with Fatha, with Damma, with Sukoon, or with Kisra, and they are never changing. And we mentioned that all past tense verbs أفعال الماضية, they do not change, they maintain fixed endings. We also said all أفعال الأمر, that is command tenses, they also maintain fixed endings. All these are in the playlist above. And we also mentioned that all particles, all prepositions maintain fixed endings. Today we want to look at the present tense verbs, the أحوال المضارعة. Do they also maintain fixed endings? Yes, of course. Sometimes the أحوال المضارع, the present tenses, they also maintain fixed endings, but majorly the present tenses, they maintain al-i'rab, they maintain declination, the declension, that is the decline. You see sometimes it can come with fatha, kisra, fatha, dhamma, or sukoon. Now when we look at this word on the board, we see yastami'u talibu, the student is listening. Yastami'u come with dhamma, but now under it we have lam yastami' al-talib, lam yastami' al-talib, meaning the student did not listen. Then we have lan yastami' al-talibu, the student never listened. So you see that the first yastami', which is the present tense verb, it has dhamma. In the second it comes with sukoon, and in the last it ends with fatha. This means that this word present tense verb, it is what? Declinable. It declines. It changes from fatha to dhamma to sukoon. Meanwhile, what are the conditions that could make the present tense verb not to change, to maintain a fixed endings? There are just two conditions. The first is when there is an attachment of nunu tawkid. And we have mentioned previously what nunu tawkid means. It means the nun of emphasis, which is the nun with shadda. That is example when you say la yastami'anna talibu, the student must listen. So yastami'u, originally there's now an attachment of nunu tawkid, na. Yes, la yastami'anna. If you see now, yastami originally should have dhamma, but because of the la yastami, because of the nun tawkid that is here, the yastami is now ending with fatha, yastami'a, then na. So the yastami'a here will always maintain fatha, no matter its position in a sentence. You cannot see la yastami'a na, no, with sukoon. You cannot see la yastami'u. No, you cannot see this. What you always see is yastami'anna. So the first condition which makes a present tense verb to become fixed is where there is an attachment of nun tawkid, nun of emphasis. Another condition, which is the second condition that could make a present tense verb to become fixed on a condition or on a case without it changing from fatha to dhamma or to sukoon, is when there is an attachment of nunu niswa. And what is nunu niswa? The nun of feminism, the nun which shows that the performer of the action are a group of women. Like when we say yastami'na nisa'u, yastami'na nisa'u, the women are listening. Yastami'na, so the word originally is yastami'u, but now nun has been added to it, the na has been added to it, it makes it what? Yastami'na. So you can see yastami', it is now built upon sukoon. So in this case, we say that the present tense verb here, it is also mabniyun ala sukoon. It is built upon sukoon litisalihi binun niswa, because of the attachment of nun of feminism. Again, we have two conditions which could make present tense verbs to be fixed. The first is when there is an attachment of nunu tawkid, the nun of emphasis, and the second is when there is an attachment of nunu niswa. And we mentioned previously that when we talk about nunu tawkid, there are two types, nun of emphasis, there are two types. The first is the one that has shadda, where we say la yastami'anna, yastami'anna. So the second is the nun that does not have shadda and the nun that has sukoon on it. Like when you say tastarihan, la tastarihan, won't you rest, won't you rest. So this is also called nunu tawkid. So but this comes with sukoon. So these are the two types of nun tawkid that we have, and these are the two conditions which could make present tense verb to become fixed. Apart from these, all present tense verbs are declinable. They change from Fatha to Damma and to Kisra. And we know that present tense verbs or verbs do not end with Kisra. Rather, they only have three cases, either Fatha, Damma, or Sukoon. Now can we move on to the topic of today from our book النحو الواضح للمرحلة الابتدائية. And for those of us who have not had a copy of this, you can click on the link below to download your copy of this book so you follow us whenever we are into our lessons. And take a minute to hit on the subscription button to subscribe to our channel if you have not done that. Now the topic of today, to widen what we have discussed earlier, is أحوال بناء المضارع, the conditions which warrants the fixing of the ending of present tense verb, the condition which makes the present tense verb to be said to be in the bina, to be fixed. We have al-amthil examples as usual. The first example we have is la astami'anna nasihata, I will surely listen to the advice. So la astami'u means I will listen, but la astami'anna meaning undoubtedly I will listen. I'm emphasizing that I will listen to the advice. You can see it ends with nun tawkid, nun with shadda. Now number two we have la yadhhabanna al-gilmanu, the boys will go, meaning they must go. So la yadhhabanna. The number three we have ala tastarihan ya Sa'id, won't you rest O Sa'id, will you not rest O Sa'id? So this is also called nun tawkid, but this one has sukoon. And again, last number four we have ala tarhaman hadha al-miskin, won't you have mercy on this poor, won't you have mercy on, won't you be merciful towards him? So this also fi'l mudari ending with nun tawkid. Now on this side number five we have at-talibatu yastami'na an-nasihata, the female students are listening to the advice. You can see yastami'na, it ends with nun of feminism, showing that we are talking about the females. So yastami'na. So the yastamir is now built upon sukoon, because yastami, the ayn which is the end of the word, and now ends with sukoon. Number six we have an-nisa'u yadhhabna, the females, the women are going, yadhhabna. And number seven we have ala tastarihna ya fatayat, won't you rest girls, won't you rest girls? So tastarihna. And lastly we have ala tarhamna hadha al-miskin, won't you have mercy over this poor? So we can see these two examples. The ones on this side they end with nun tawkid, and the ones on this side they end with nun niswa. Now we have al-bahthu, research to better understand and to explain this topic. بالتأمل في الأفعال المضارعة في الأمثلة الأربعة الأولى, by pondering over the present tense verbs found in the first four sentences, sentence number 1 to 4, نجد كل منها متصلا بنون التوكيد. We'll find out that all of the present tense verbs found in the example number 1 to 4, they all have an attachment of nun tawkid, nun of emphasis. Nun of emphasis, as we said, it is the nun with shadda or the nun with sukoon. غير أن هذه النون مشددة أو ثقيلة في الفعلين الأولين. Only that in the first two examples, the first two verbs there, you see that they have an attachment of nunun mushaddada, of a nun that has shadda, which is called thaqila, the heavy nun. وخفيفة في الفعلين الأخيرين, and you find this nun to be a lighter nun in the second two examples, which is example number 3 and 4. The nun now have sukoon, it is a lighter one. وإذا تأملنا هذه الأفعال واحدا واحدا, if we ponder and we look through these verbs one after the other, وجدناها جميعا مفتوحة الأواخر, you find out that these four verbs, verb number 1 yes astami'anna, la yadhhabanna, tastarihan, tarhaman, all of these verbs, we find out that they all end with fatha, like astami'an, astami'a, like yadhhaba, like tastariha, like tarhama, all of them end with fatha. ولو أننا دخلناها في تراكيب أخرى, if we were to place these verbs in another formation of words, in another formation of sentences, no matter how they are coming, you will see la baqiyat awakhiruha maftuha, they will always maintain fatha. It will always be what? La astami'anna. Now, he says, وَلَمْ يَتَغَيَّرْ بِتَغَيُّرِ التَّرَكِيب, and no matter the changes of its appearance in a sentence, they will never change. It will always remain astami'a, yastami'a, tastariha, and rest. وَعَلَى هَذَا تَكُونُ مَبْنِيَّةً عَلَى الْفَتْحِ, and because upon this we can say that these verbs, they are mabniyatun ala al-fath, they are fixed upon fatha. وَمِنْ ذَلِكَ, and from this, or from that, نَعْلَمُ أَنَّ الْمُضَارِعَ, we know that the present tense verb yubna ala al-fath is built upon fatha. It is fixed upon fatha in ittasalat bi nun at-tawkid, when there is an attachment of nun at-tawkid to it. Thaqilatin aw khafifatin, whether the nun at-tawkid, the nun of emphasis, is a heavy one or a light one. And we said the heavy one is the one with shadda and the light one is the one with sukun. وإذا تأملنا هذه الأفعال نفسها في الأمثلة الأربعة الثانية, and these same words, this same verb that we found in the first column, the first 3 sentences, you also find it in the last 4 sentences, that is the 5, 6, 7, 8. The same verbs are also coming. وجدنا كل منها متصلا بنون النسوة, but here you find out that these same verbs which we have used in example number 1 to 4, they also appear, but this time there is an attachment of nun النسوة, the nun of feminism. وَوَجَدْنَا آخِرَ كُلٍّ مِنْهَا سَاكِنًا, but here you find out that these verbs, unlike in the first 4 examples where they end with fatha, here they are now ending with sukun because of the attachment of nun and niswa. وَلَوْ أَنَّنَا دَخَلْنَاهَا وَهِيَ مُتَّصِلَةً بِهَذِهِ النُّونِ فِي تَرَكِيبَ أُخْرَى, and if we were to use the same verbs in another formation of sentences, no matter where they are appearing, they have grammatical function in other sentences, as long as there is attachment of this nun niswa, this nun of feminism, you will see that la baqiyat awakhiruha sakinatan, that its ending will always maintain sukun. La tatagayyaru bitaghayyuri tarakib, it will not change no matter the changes that occur in its grammatical function. وَبِذَلِكَ تَكُونُ مَبْنِيَّةً عَلَى السُّكُونِ, and upon this you see that it is fixed upon sukun. وَمِنْ هَذَا نَعْلَمُ أَنَّ الْفِعْلَ الْمُضَارِعَ, and from this we have learned that the present tense verb yubna ala sukun is built upon sukun. It is fixed upon sukun مَتَى كَانَ مُتَّصِلًا بِنُونِ النِّسْوَةِ, whenever it is attached to a nun of feminism. وَلَيْسَ لِلْفِعْلِ الْمُضَارِعِ حَالٌ يُبْنَى فِيهَا غَيْرَ هَاتَيْنِ الْحَالَتَيْنِ, and the present tense verb, there is no other condition, there is no other situation that will make it to become fixed except in these 2 situations. That is when there is an attachment of nun tawkid, the 2 types of nun tawkid, that is the nun of emphasis, or when there is an attachment of nun niswa, the nun of feminism. وَفِيمَا عَدَى ذَلِكَ يَكُونُ مُعْرَبًا, and in the other situation that the present tense verbs will appear, they will always appear as a declinable word. Now moving to al-qaida, the rule. The rule says yubna al-fi'l al-mudari, the present tense verb is fixed upon al-fathi, upon fatha, in ittasalat bihi nun tawkid, when there is an attachment of nun of emphasis. Wa yubna ala-sukuni, and it is built upon sukun in ittasalat bihi nun niswa, when there is an attachment of nun of niswa, nun of feminism. Yurabu fi ma dhalik, and in other situations the present tense verb becomes declinable, meaning in other situations it can change from fatha to damma and to sukun. With this, we come to the end of this topic, but we have exercises to solve by yourself to better your understanding and for you to have a lot of words in your archive that you can speak with without making mistakes when it comes to the attachment of nun tawkid or nun niswa. Tamrinat, exercises. Tamrinul awwal, the first exercise, the instruction says ayyin fil ibaratil atiya, that is identify in the following passage, or what is it called, in the following write-up, al-af'al al-mudari'a, the present tense verbs al-mu'raba, which are declining. We are to identify the declinable present tense verbs, the present tense verbs whose ending can change. Thumma al-mabniyata al-fathi, then we should also identify the present tense verb whose ending is fixed upon fatha wa ala sukuni, and those ones whose ending are fixed upon sukun. وَاذْكُرِ السَّبَبَ فِي كُلِّ مِنْهَا, and mention the reason behind what you see. Number 1, we have kuntu awaddu an azura al-yawma dar al-kutubi wa dar al-athar. Today I love to visit the home of books, meaning perhaps the library, Wadarul Athar, and the home of history. What do we call such places? Places where we visit for to see old things. How do we call it? The museum also. ولكني but لم أجد وقتا كافيا, I do not find enough time. فزرت دار الكتب, then I visited the home of books. وسأذهب إلى دار الآثار, and tomorrow I will visit the museum tomorrow. Now let's go back. Kuntu, this is not a past tense, this is not a present tense verb. Awadu, this is a present tense verb, but this is more of declinable one. Lihuluwiha, because it is separate from nunu tawkid or nunu niswa. And azuro is also a present tense verb, but this is also a more for the same reason. Then ajid, the same thing. Ajid is also more because لخلوها من نون النسوة ونون التوكيد. Then فزور to know, hence أذهب the same thing. This is also فعل مضارع معرب لخلوها من نون التوكيد ونون النسوة. Number 2, we have لا تكثرن معاتبة الصديق. Do not blame the friends. Do not blame the friends so much. ولا يزهدنك فيه ذنب. And don't stay away. Don't allow a sin. Don't allow a small sin which has committed make you to go away from him. To be hamidu fi'ali. This small sin which will now cover up his praiseworthy actions. Meaning, don't blame your friend so much, and do not allow the small mistake or small sin which has committed to distance you away from him and cover your face from seeing the good which he has. Let's go back. La tukthironna. This is a fi'l mudari mabniyun ala fath, which is based upon fatha litisalihi bi nun tawkid, because there's attachment of nun tawkid. Now yuzahidannaka, the same thing. This is also a fi'l mudari mabniyun ala fath litisalihi bi nun tawkid. And yuhitu, this is a fi'l mudari marfu', this is not mabniyun. Then number 3, we have albanatu yunafisna al-gilman. The girls are competing with the boys. في كثير من الأعمال, in a lot of works. وقد يفوقنهم, and they could surpass them. So yunafisna is the first one we have here, and yunafisna is fi'l mudari mabniyun. It is fixed upon sukun. Why? Litisalihi bi nun niswa, because of the attachment of nun niswa. And lastly, we have yafuknahum. Yafuknahum is also a fi'l mudari mabniyun ala sukun. Why? Litisalihi bi nun niswa. Moving to tamrin number 2, tamrin thani. The instruction says da'il af'al al-mudari'a tal'atiya fi jumali mufidatin. Place the following present tenses in a complete sentence بحيث تكون مرة معربة, so that sometimes it will become declinable. It changes from Damma to Sukoon or to Fatha. ومرة مبنية على الفتح, and sometimes it is built upon Fatha only. ومرة مبنية على السكون, and some other time it is built upon Sukoon. The first word we have here is yatbukhu. So yatbukhu, we can say yatbukhu al-ummu fil matbah. Yatbukhu al-ummu fil matbah. The mother is cooking in the kitchen. Now, to make this word to be fixed upon fatha, we can say la yatbakhanna al-ummu or la tatbakhanna al-ummu. The first one is tatbakhu al-ummu fil matbah. So now we can say la tatbakhanna al-ummu. The mother must cook. Or since it's yatbakhu, we can say la yatbakhanna ar-rajulu. The man must cook. Now it is built upon fatha. To build upon sukun, we can say an-nisa'u yatbakhna, the women are cooking. Or tatbakhna is the correct word. Yuhadhibu, we can say yuhadhibu rajulubna, the man is training his son. So to make it built upon fatha, we can say la yuhadhibanna rajulubna, the man must train his child. So now to make it built upon sukun, we can say an-nisa'u yuhadhibnal walada, the women are training the boy. You can see yunazzifu tiflu asnana, the boy is cleaning his teeth. We can say la yunazzifanna tiflu asnana, Now you're building upon fatha. And you can say an-nisa'u tunadhifna asnanahunna. The women are cleaning their teeth. And you have yuda'ibu. You can say yuda'ibu rajulu kita. The man is playing with the cat. You can say la yuda'ibanna rajulu kita. The man must play with his cat. And you can say an-nisa'u yuda'ibna awladahunna. The women are playing with their children. Now we have it a lot of. We can say yatalattaful qawiyyu ala da'if. The stronger one is having mercy, is being merciful towards the weak. We can say la yatalattafanna al-qawiyyu ala da'if. And we can say an-nisa'u tatalattafna ala al-awlad. And lastly, we have yas'alu. We can say yas'alul musafiru an tariq. The traveler is asking about the road, or the road, yes. We can say la yas'alanna musafiru an tariq. And lastly, we can say an-nisa'u tas'alna azwajahun. The women are asking their husbands. Moving to the last exercise, exercise number 3. The first one, instruction says, كون ثلاث جمل في كل جملة منها فعل مضارع معرب. Form 3 sentences. In each of these sentences, there should be a present tense verb which is declinable. The first one, I can say, أذهب إلى البيت. I'm going to the house. Second, I can say, لم أذهب إلى البيت. And lastly, I can say, لن أذهب إلى البيت. All of these are declinable verbs. Number 2, we have كون ثلاث جمل في كل جملة منها فعل مضارع مبني على الفتح. Form 3 sentences. In each of the sentences, there should be a present tense which is built upon, which is fixed upon fatha at the end. Number 1, I can say لا أذهبن إلى المسجد. I must go to the mosque. Second, I can say لا ترجعن إلى البيت. You must return to the house. And lastly, I can say لا تضربن المسيء. You must beat the sinner. And lastly, we have كون ثلاث جمل. Form 3 sentences. في كل جملة منها فعل مضارع مبني على السكون. Form 3 sentences. In each of them, there should be a present tense verb which is built upon sukun. The first one, I can say ألا يذهبن النساء. Will the women not go? And next I can say يأكلن النساء. The women are eating. And lastly, I can say يرجعن النساء. The women are returning. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. Do make sure you like, share with your friends, and hit on the subscription button to follow us in order to get frequent updates from us. Until we meet again, we'll be coming up with another interesting topic. Until then, I say assalamu alaikum.